My name is Sarah Kemble, and this is my presentation on access to information. I am currently enrolled in CSC 100. So, during this presentation on access to information, I will describe on how widespread access to information facilitates an identification of problems, develops solutions, and has results. Widespread access to sites has enabled dissemination. Search trends are predictors. Social media, including blogs and Twitter, have enabled dissemination. Public data provides widespread access and enables solutions to problems. So, for my first question, that we had to create a survey on Google Analytics, I had to send out this survey question to 10 different people and get the response. My question was, do you believe that it is easier to access information since the creation of the internet and communication through the internet? So for my responses, I got 6 that said yes, and 6 that said no, and 4 that had said yes. The yes is represented in the pie chart as the darker blue, and the no is the lighter blue. Some key background information on access to information is access to information means all the different things depending on the era of time you grew up in. Back in the day, before computers were around, people looked at books to do research, newspapers for information, and events happening in the world, and magazines for pop culture. Today's society works very different because of new technology. There's no new books anymore and no reason to have a newspaper. Since computers have become a very common household item, information about anything can be accessed so easily. There are new ways to communicate with friends and coworkers through email and instant messages. Social media sites have allowed for everyone to keep in touch with friends or allowed them to contact old friends. Overall, computers have changed the way we live, do research, and communicate with others. Without computers today, our world would be different. People would have to put in more effort for finding out about events that have occurred in recent news. Doing research for a project would require going to a library and opening a book. Without computers and smartphones, our lives would have to so much more privacy. This is because once something is on the internet, it never is going to come off the internet. Someone will always be able to find it. With access to information through our internet, our world, as we know it, is a different in way may have been a safer place. Different types of sources we use to access information can create problems because of accuracy of the information. Some of these sources on the internet may be opinion based and some may be fact based. There's also different ways of sharing information and getting people's opinion to solve a problem. Here I'm going to list different websites and resources that are useful for people when accessing information. And the different lists of way people can access information depending on their preference or the type of project that they would need is Wikipedia, Google, database sources through colleges if you have a membership, email to share information between a person if it's more private, Facebook, you can connect with old friends, Twitter, blogs, podcasts, and YouTube. Analysis. So here I'm going to explain how access to information has affected education and lifestyle. So through education, access to information has affected the way people find out information in schools and the way they are taught. Before, many schools would teach kids how to find books in libraries by author or title in the class. Today, the way people find access to information has changed greatly. Children are now being taught how to find out information through databases on school websites. They are also being taught to use references for these sources and how to cite them as websites for research papers. It is very rare to see a student look for information in a book unless a book source is required for a paper. And then for lifestyle, before people would have to look at a newspaper or watch news to find out about events that are happening around the world. Today, there's no need for that. They can simply go on their smartphone or just sign onto their computer and log onto the internet. And usually their home screen will be a news site, and it'll just take minutes. And this allows to save time because people can actually find out what they want to know instead of waiting around for the news to get to the story. So, Access to information has a big relationship with the course CSC that I'm currently enrolled in. So for this course, we were able to learn all about the applications on Google Plus to share information and get feedback. So Google Plus has a ton of different applications where you're able to access as long as you have a Google Plus account. Through CSC, the course I learned how to use Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, creating YouTube videos, and Google Analytics. Google Docs is a free web-based application in which the documents and spreadsheets can be created, edited, and stored online. Files can be accessed for any computer with an internet connection and a full-feature web browser. Google Docs relates to my topic. It allows groups of people to access a project that might not be working on it together or in the same room. It allows others to edit and mark in the document as long as it's shared between the group. This allows for information to be accessed by everyone in any location. Google Spreadsheets is a web-based application that allows users to create, update, and modify spreadsheets and share their data live online. This relates to my topic during this course as I learned that to make graphs and charts on spreadsheets with Google Docs and spreadsheets, it can allow for another person to share information and then a second person to interpret the information analysis by making the charts or graphs. YouTube is a free video web hosting website that allows members to store and insert video content. YouTube is important because it can allow me to post a video and others to watch. With Google Plus accounts, I can help me edit my videos and post for others to watch. Google Analytics is a free analytics service. Mentioned before, this is how I got my survey and was able to track and find out different reports. So summary, overall the way to access information is very important. It helps people communicate with people and allow us to solve problems. By being able to use the internet, it allows others varieties of information of working without being in the same room as them. So now I am going to show a video of an interview of what someone thought of access to information when asking questions.
If I need to look something up, I just type it right in. Something as simple as like, what's the definition of a word for school or something? I just look it right up. It's easy.
How does the internet information affect the way you solve problems?
Any problem can be solved with the internet. Something as simple as needing directions. If I'm like lost, I can just type it right in and it'll take me wherever I need to go. Or if I need a recipe, like something, I can just look it up how to do something.
How does the internet affect the way you complete projects in an academic environment?
It definitely makes it a lot easier. I don't need to go to the library and like look it up in a book. If I need help for an essay or looking up research, I just look it up online and just type it right in there in milliseconds.
Now I'm going to show you the website that we created. So throughout CSC we were required to make a website on our topic, which mine was access to information. So this is my homepage, which we were required to make a logo, which is right there. And then we were also required to put a picture and an icon on. So for my homepage, I described access information has changed in the past decade from looking up information in books to getting them through newspaper and television. To be able to look it up in a second, the computer and social media has changed the way humans find out information. It also changes how information is broadcasted out of the world and validates it. So now I'm going to show you my background page, which here is my introduction page, which just has a brief description of what access to information is. And now I am this is my background page, which describes in more detail about the web's Wikipedia, Google, the databases, email, Facebook, Twitter, and all the difference. And I also have a short video on access to information. Then my next page is analysis, which describes what I described about lifestyle and education in the past with the interview. And then the relations to CSE. And my conclusion. And here I will also show you a quick website about the history of social networking, which affects the way we how the internet was discovered and how it affects the way we found out information through the different social media sites that were created. So it all starts with the internet, and then it goes through how it starts to become more publicized, and then social networking becomes into play. And then the biggest things in 2002 were MySpace, and then Friendster. As it keeps going, MySpace was launched in 2003, and that was a big hit. But then Facebook won over the web, and so did Twitter. And now, then Google Plus was brought out to be kind of more of like a professional Facebook. And now Instagram is a big one. But Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is probably the main huge social sites. So I hope that you enjoyed my presentation and that you liked everything you saw and had learned about access to information.